Hey everybody, welcome to a movie review time where we basically geek out about a movie we just saw, and we just saw The Disaster Artist Lisa. Okay, so this is going to be our no spoiler review. We're just going to take a few minutes to give our overall thoughts and impressions of the movie and, just kind of geek out about it. You're safe from spoilers. We won't spoil anything. If you would like to see the spoilers, watch this first because this will be our actual review. And then we'll also have a spoiler talk video where you can get a little more in-depth into some of our favorite things that we want to spoil because there's some fun things to spoil. And there's a link for that in the description below, or something's popping up right about now. You can click on that when you're ready. I don't know how good or bad this looks, but we wanted to put the beautiful Christmas lights in there. So sorry if it's really grainy, but what you gonna do?
Oh, the lighting in my house is pretty crappy anyway.
And again, I've said this every time she says this. The lighting in your house is great for like lighting in a house and moods and stuff, and not for production. But it's a house, it's not a studio, so you don't have to apologize.
Yes, I do.
I just need to start bringing lights, I guess. Or buy us a house. But anyway, so The Disaster Artist.
It was a movie. It was a great movie.
It was a great movie. It was a great movie. I'm not even joking. There better be Oscar nominations. James Franco deserves an Oscar for his portrayal of Tommy Wiseau. I'm so glad I watched The Room all the way through for the first time 2 days ago. And in a couple of hours on this channel, my solo drunken movie night of that will release. If you're watching this when it comes out, I recommend it. You can experience my experience of watching The Room.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, great cast, great performances. James Franco is amazing, hilarious. I mean, there's just tons of funny stuff in here. I think you could totally enjoy it without having seen The Room, but I think because I saw The Room so recently, there's definitely things in there that made me, I was able to enjoy more because of that. Especially some of the recreations. I mean, because obviously they're going to recreate some of the scenes. You've seen that. But yeah.
and it's the hilarious effect, not because they're deliberately writing it to make it funny, it's just because it's so absurd to begin with.
Yeah.
It's like they aren't going for the jokes, it's just with the situations as they were, I mean...
The jokes are there. Yeah, without anyone having to try.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that assessment. They didn't have to try and make it funny. It was just so kind of insane that it was.
Yeah, it's sort of like almost... Lewis Carroll, Alice of Wonderland insanity, kind of.
A little bit, yeah.
If you could bring that into the real world.
Yeah.
Because it's like, everybody's going like, this is insane, but they're just rolling along with it. It's...
Yeah, and I gotta say too, as somebody who is grown up a filmmaker and everything and has the independent spirit, I really loved what they did with that in this movie. It's kind of inspiring, to be honest. And you wouldn't think this movie would be inspiring, but it is. I mean, not only do you care about the characters, but like if you've ever tried to make movies, if you've been on sets, if you've been involved in theater, there's going to be things in here that you're going to laugh at from personal experience. And there's a couple little things I'll talk about in spoilers that hit real close to home for me. Just little subtle little details that I was like, yep, that's very realistic. And I don't know how much people understand that is that realistic, but it was.
Yeah.
And then just some things even like, as somebody who knows film stuff, there was one moment in particular, we're talking about spoilers, but I really gasped out loud in kind of a quiet moment because I was like, oh, nobody does that, what? And, then of course the characters are like, we don't know, nobody does that kind of thing, but
okay, I think I know which part you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, and there's some surprise actors that show up in this thing too. There's one, we won't spoil it, but there's an amazing cameo in this that is kind of mind-blowing. It's like, what? Yeah, and this made me kind of want to go rewatch The Room, or at least the Riff Tracks version. I don't know if I don't know if I'm ready for The Room again, but I definitely want to see The Room in the Rocky Horror style now, where people throw spoons and yell callbacks. But very, very cool.
That's actually kind of all I have to say.
Okay, well then I'll go through the basics and we'll move on. But music's fantastic, some great musical choices in here. The score was there. It's from A24. Why am I not surprised? I'm loving an A24 movie. Every movie they distribute, I have not seen them put out a bad movie. God, the pacing, the directing, the editorial, everything in there is fantastic. I feel like I might end up knowing an Oscar winner, or at least an Oscar nominee, because an older friend of mine, and I say friend, and we're friendly, but we hung out a lot, but we don't really keep in touch now, but we'll see each other on Facebook on occasion. Anyways, he did James Franco, I think it was James Franco's, but he was one of the major makeup people on this movie, and I'm just like, oh. Of course, I had to go pee really bad, and I was like, I'm gonna try at the credits, because I thought I'd go during the movie, but the movie was so engaging, I could not do it. So as soon as the credits came up, I'm like, I'm coming right back, but I gotta go. And apparently I missed his name by that much. I was like,
Yeah, I just, this is like, that's the one time he's actually made me read, well, he didn't make me read credits, but he got me to read the credits, because I normally just kind of zone out, and it's like, oh, there's an interesting name.
so disappointed in you. As an artist, you ought to respect those folks and read those credits. I know. I don't give people crap for that for real. I know I'm weird because I care. All right, anyways. But no, seriously.
It's just, I don't bother because I just know it's going to go floosh.
Set design, all that kind of stuff, really, really fantastic. An interesting way they told the story. You kind of didn't want it to end. Like, I could take a sequel of this. Like, I would like to see more of the story of what happened after that.
Because apparently they're still working together?
Yeah, yeah, apparently, so that's pretty interesting. Dave Franco was really, really good, but nowhere near as good as James Franco. I mean, James Franco inhabited this role, and I can't tell you, there's something we'll talk about in spoilers, but I mean, he just killed this part. You forget it's James Franco. I'm not even kidding when I say he at least deserves an Oscar nomination for this, because that is like a performance. You know, that's what actors do, man. He created this whole other being out of himself.
Got that one, see?
Yeah, and and
spoilers.
Again, yeah, and I mean, it was just really neat. Even little touches about like the time period and them being in LA and things that were going on in those specific times were really, really nice touches. So I was really happy about all of that. Went in knowing it was going to be great. Came out thinking it was amazing, and I just absolutely loved it. And apparently, I must have an ear hair or something because she just started staring hard over here.
No, it's not ear hair. It's just like I just want to trim your hair right there.
Well, I'm due for a haircut because that last that was shit anyways.
I am so...
You're tearing my video apart, Mary!
No, I'm using my superpower.
Yeah, that's what she does. She derails, the derailer. But yeah, man, again, I know we're not really saying much about this movie, but we want you to just go experience it. If you haven't seen The Room, you can still really like this, but I do think you'll get a lot more out of it if you've seen the movie. It's a lot more you'll get from that. But you can totally enjoy this without having seen it. And even if you just know the basics of The Room, you're still going to really enjoy it.
Yeah, I saw The Room a long time ago, and I'm like, I remember enough. Between that and watching like Nostalgia Critics review of it, it's like, oh yeah, I remember that, I remember that.
But yeah, man, so again, that's just all I'm going to say. That's my recommendation. Go see this movie. Go see this movie. If you have even the smallest inkling that you might like this, go see this movie. If you're into things that might win awards, go see this movie.
Okay, let me pitch, just to give you an idea how much he loved this movie.
She spent half this movie watching me. I saw it out of the corner of my eye.
So if you're familiar with his Star Wars videos, he basically had Star Wars face for most of this movie, just without the tears.
Yeah, I was gonna say not quite crying level, but there was a lot of like the magic of cinema was happening before my eyes, and a lot of that was James Franco and how much I just thought I was truly watching Tommy Wiseau. You know, I mean, that's what that was. I was just so joyful with how well they really made that believable and how well they pulled that off. So there's our review. There's our recommendation. We're keeping it short this time, but yeah, I mean, just go see it. That's all we can really say is go see this freaking movie. Yeah, but other than that, I guess you guys can comment about how excited you are and stuff. Please no spoilers in this one. If you do want to talk spoilers, jump on over to the spoiler video where we'll get a little bit more specific and we can talk all about it there. Other than that, though, you can click the thumbs up button, give us that good old thumb of encouragement, as we do love to be encouraged. And like I said, if you're watching this the day it comes out, or even later, it'll already be out, but I have my solo reaction. You can watch me, the best parts of me watching The Room for the first time. That'll be out a little bit later today. And then, of course, check out our normal Drunken Movie Night streams the following Friday, and every 2 weeks. We're going to do a Christmas one. It's going to be awesome. But anyways, so we're going to do that. We're going to go talk some spoilers. We'll see you all later.